So it's your basic ingredients. You can use any type of pasta. We're using a bow tie pasta right here. Plum tomatoes, Filippo berry oil, some beef broth, Italian seasoning. We have a paste basil, paste garlic, salt. We're also going to add a little bit of maybe 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of sausage, sweet Italian sausage. This one here is Bianco's, so you want a good quality sausage. Fry it up in a pan, get it cooking, a little bit of oil, just to get it cooking. So I'm going to add just a little bit, maybe 1/4 cup of beef broth, so the sausage is nice and moist and it has a really nice taste to it. Okay, so it looks like the sausage is almost there. We're going to let it sit and we're going to prepare the tomatoes. I'm going to add just a little bit of red wine, not too much. Give it a nice little taste. So in a non-stick pan, chopped up around 10 to 12 tomatoes. Put 1/4 cup of oil in with this, and you want to put some salt. Be generous with the salt. So once again, we're just going to cook these tomatoes. They're going to break down into a nice tomato sauce. And in the meantime, you can start to get your water boiling for your macaroni. I'm going to add maybe 1/4 cup of oil, and we're going to get that cooking, get it nice and hot, get those tomatoes nice and soft texture, and it breaks down into a nice sauce. So definitely a key ingredient with this is, get this at Trader Joe's, Italian style sofrito. It's a seasoning blend, as you can see. There's some crispy onions, sun-dried tomatoes, sea salt, garlic, red pepper, parsley, rosemary, and sage. And definitely, as I said earlier, you definitely want a nice paste, a basil paste, and a garlic paste. We'll be adding that pretty soon. Now, as you get your water and you start preparing it to boil, definitely add some salt to it. It stops your macaroni from sticking together. As you can see with the tomatoes, they're starting to soften up. All the juices in there coming to a boil. You want to really get that going, and it's going to break down into a nice tomato sauce. As you can see, this is really starting to boil. Tomatoes are going to start to break down. All right, you can add your basil, and you can do it to taste. Don't know how much you want. You can add more a little later. Going to also add our garlic. I like it with a lot of garlic. I think it's around 2 or 3 teaspoons. Get that in there. And kind of just mix it around. It smells so good right now. Stir it really well. Get it mixed in with all those juices, all the tomatoes. As you can see, it's really starting to simmer right now. I lowered the heat a little bit, and I'm just going to do a little bit of the Italian seasoning. Okay, after you add that Italian seasoning, mix it in there. It smells so good. We're going to add our sausage pretty soon. Wait for our water to boil for the macaroni. Again, you can use anything for your macaroni. You can use your spaghetti, linguine, you can do your shells, you can do a ziti. Today we're doing the bow ties. All right, so as you can see, I added my sweet Italian sausage and kind of just mix it in. It's gonna have a nice taste to it. Get the sausage mixed in all together with that tomato sauce. Can't call this a gravy. Only the Sunday marinara sauce that you guys call it. I call it a gravy, but this is just a nice tomato pasta and sausage. So let that sit. All that taste from the beef broth and all the ingredients and the sausage, just going to be mixed all together. It's going to taste so good. All right, I'm going to put a little cover on that, let it simmer for a little while, and still waiting for that water to boil. So I picked up this bow tie pasta at Home Goods. Believe it or not, it's from Italy, and it's a pound. That's really all you need. If you want to add a little more, you can add a little more, but a pound will feed around 4 to 5 people. All right, just make sure you have a nice big pasta bowl, so when it's all ready to go, you can just pour it into the big pasta bowl. All right, so as you can see, water is boiling. We're going to pour our pasta into the pan and then wait a little while and make sure after like 30 seconds, make sure you stir the pasta so none of that pasta sticks together. Stir it a couple of times. Let's take a peek at this. Oh, that's looking so nice. I'm going to lower the heat. I'm going to bring it down to a simmer. Stir it up a little bit. Oh, look at that. That's going to be so nice when you strain out your pasta and pour this over your pasta. It smells so good. Smell the basil, the seasoning, the garlic. So nice. While you're waiting for your pasta, you can grab a nice piece of tomato, piece of sausage, taste it, and if you need to add any more garlic or basil or seasoning, you can do so. So I think another few more minutes with the pasta, give it a little stir, and I also like to scoop up a few pieces and taste it to make sure that it's cooked all the way through. So what I like to do is to just get a couple of scoops, put it in your pasta bowl, and then pour the pasta on top. We're going to drain the pasta. I think the pasta is ready to go. All right, so I drained the pasta. As I mentioned, we put some of the sauce, tomato sauce, and the sausage underneath. And now we're just going to pour this right over the pasta. Look at that. As you can see how beautiful that is. So good, it smells so good. So put it in your big pasta bowl and do a little bit of Parmesan grated cheese. Look at that. All right, look at that. Finished product. I like to have a little bit more of grated cheese on mine. Sprinkle a little bit on there. Nice glass of red wine. And let's see how this tastes. Final product, nice glass of wine. All right, let's test it out. Tremendous. Really, really good. Unbelievable taste. So the best part of this whole meal, if you have the main ingredients, the only thing you have to buy are tomatoes and your pasta. This dish is going to be under $15. My son had a bowl, my wife's having a dish of it right now. It's definitely going to feed around 6 people. Can't go wrong. So good. Bon appetit.